Yo guys, I'm Diamond Ultra and welcome back to another Dying Light the Beast video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a whole lot of weapons that you can get at the start of Dying Light the Beast. Most of these are guns, some of these are melee weapons, I've got some weapon charms as well, and just a variety of weapons to help keep you guys entertained when you are playing Dying Light. Now before I start with this video, I'd like to ask you guys to please drop me a quick like to help support my channel, and to consider subscribing for more useful and interesting Dying Light the Beast content. And lastly, a special thank you to all the members on my channel. As well as a heads up for you guys that this is probably the best time for you guys to become a member, because I'll be posting a lot of videos, meaning that you'll be getting a lot of shoutouts. But anyways, with all that being said, let's get right into today's video. Now starting off, we have the Last Hand of Glava. If you've played the previous two Dying Light games, you will know what this is and what it could be. The Last Hand of Glava is a developer weapon, and the way you get it is by heading over here. The location I'm talking about is east of the monastery, and when you get here, you will find a Harry Potter reference, the 9 3/4. Now if you've watched Harry Potter, you'll probably know what I'm about to do, and that is go right through the wall. Now this is a really cool Easter egg, but we're not done yet. When you venture further, you will find these blocks that are like Minecraft, which you can break and go through. When you go through, it'll be like a maze where you can either find zombies or the room that we're looking for. And the room we are looking for will have this golden train. Now I'm not entirely sure what this train is about. All I know is that it's something about World War II and how it was like a treasure train that people till today are still trying to find. But anyways, at the back of the train, you'll find gold bars that don't really do anything. You can just like throw them. But that's about it. Like you can't collect them, you can't sell them. They're pretty much just like an Easter egg. But now next to them, you will find the Last Hand of Glava blueprint. Now the reason why this blueprint is amazing is because it does this. Yeah, the animation is pretty cool, pretty sick. And what the blueprint itself does is that it can pretty much one-shot biters and virals and all those kinds of enemies, but can also two-shot volatiles. Now it's not the best for dealing with volatiles and could be a bit expensive when you're trying to stack these, but it's still a fun tool and useful tool to use. But next up we got the Elite Pistol. This is a legendary pistol that deals a lot of damage. Now the way you get this is by heading over to this camp right here. Now at the start of the game you'll be going to this camp and you'll find a guy inside of this house. If you come back like maybe 1 or 2 missions later, you'll see that it's overrun. If you go inside, you'll find a treasure map right here. Now the location that it shows on the map is the exact same location we went to get the Last Hand of Glava. Now I don't think you actually need to find this map in order to continue. You can just go straight to this location. And when you go to this location, here's what you need to do. You first want to head over to this container and activate the generator. You'll get some infected as well as a charger. Once you deal with them, you can grab the cable and head towards this container to go inside and plug in the cable. Now the next step you want to do is head over to the other container that'll have this one soldier zombie inside. You want to kill the zombie and loot him for the key card. Once you do that, you want to go back to the previous container and use the key card to access the room. Inside the room, you will find the pistol and some ammo as well as some other loot. And just like that, you get yourself a pistol that deals a lot more damage than most of the pistols you will find. Now next up, I'm going to be showing you guys a weapon charm, mainly because, it's sort of like on your route. Like if you follow the steps of this video, step by step, you'll pretty much, run into this. But all you got to do is head over to this location, this convoy right here, and get to the back of this armored truck. Now these armored trucks can be opened with a key card, and you can find the key card on an armored zombie. Now there's a chance you might also already have it, so you could just use it, but if you don't have it, just find an armored zombie. But now once you open the back of this truck, you'll find the Demolisher Trophy Charm. What this weapon charm does is that it gives you a 1% damage resistance. Now that's not really a lot, but it could be very noticeable in the long run, and also it's better than, nothing. But anyways, moving on, we have the Strauss and Brada Machete. This is a legendary machete, and it's sort of like the Correct Machete. And for those of you who don't know, the Correct Machete is like a developer weapon from the previous Dying Light video games. The location of this weapon and its blueprint is on top of this market and inside this building. You want to go inside this building where you will find a cabinet that you will try to open, but it won't open. What you want to do is keep banging on it for I believe like 76 or 77 times until it opens. When it opens, you will find a weapon that you can collect, which will also give you a blueprint for it. Now the weapon itself deals a lot of damage. However, you can't repair it, so you got to be very careful when you are using this. Like the weapon blueprint itself isn't fully upgraded, you got to upgrade it yourself, and that'll take a while. So I'd highly recommend using this weapon when you are dealing with bosses or just, tougher enemies like volatiles and demolishers. But once you get this weapon, you will be able to see a monument in the distance. You want to head over to this monument and climb up. You want to get to the very top, just find whatever way you can. Be patient, try not to fall. And when you get to the very top, you'll find a nest with a lot of jewelry, but also the Carnage Trophy Weapon Charm. Now what this weapon charm does is that it adds a 2% increase in damage for your one-handed weapons only. Now for me, I like using one-handed weapons, so this fits me very well. But if you don't like using one-handed weapons, then I guess maybe you could skip this. But next up, we got the Needle SMG. This SMG is sort of like the Elite Pistol. It deals a lot more damage, and is one of the best SMGs you can get early on in this game. Now what you want to do is head east of the monastery, right here in this location, and then enter the green container from the top. You then want to follow what I am doing and connect the power. You'll be connecting it to this building to open up a garage door. Now when you open up the garage door, you will have a lot of infected trying to stop you. You want to kill all the infected and then go inside. And when you go inside, you'll find a door that's locked, which you can lockpick to go inside and find the SMG. This SMG is very good, very useful, and like I said, deals a lot more damage than most of the SMGs you will find. But now nearby, you can find the Sayapaga legendary one-handed axe. Pretty sure I butchered that name, but the way you get this is by heading over to this cabin and getting up to the top floor. You'll find the weapon on top of this door, right here on the balcony. Now this weapon is sort of like the melee weapon that I talked about before. It deals a lot of damage, but can't be repaired, and only has a limited amount of durability. So yeah, it does deal a lot of damage, but you gotta be careful with this weapon, and mainly use it for, whenever you really need it. But next up, we got the Eraser Assault Rifle. To get this assault rifle, you want to head over to this location, where you will find an open vent behind these boxes. You want to break the boxes and then crawl inside to turn on the generator, grab the cable, and then follow the path that I am taking. You want to get up here and plug the cable in, and once you turn on the power, you'll be able to access a bunker door that will be below you. You want to go down into this bunker, push this cupboard, and then open up this vent. You then want to go back to the cable, yank it out, and then go down here into this room to plug the power. When you do this, you'll unlock this door that'll have 2 zombie scientists behind it. Now inside this room, you'll find a cabinet, or a cupboard, that is locked. If you unlock it and open it, you'll find the Eraser Assault Rifle inside along with some ammo. And just like that, you get yourself one of the best assault rifles that you can get early on in the game. It's very cool. It's like the previous guns that I've shown. It's golden, deals a lot of damage, and can be proven useful at the start of the game. But next up, we got the Statement Shotgun. This one's close by. It's right over here. And what you want to do is open up this vent and crawl inside. Here you'll find a generator that you can turn on, which will power up the cable that you need to grab and connect to the other building. Once you give this building power, you can head inside and find the shotgun on the table. Now this shotgun is pretty good. However, I don't really notice a lot of penetration. I can't really collateral a lot of zombies. It doesn't get a huge area of them. But it still deals a lot of damage and could be useful to deal with, a singular tougher infected. But I'm moving on, we got the Sunray Revolver. This thing is a beast. It deals a lot of damage, looks really cool, and it's something I highly recommend you get. You can find the revolver at this location. What you want to do is head inside to find a dead guy holding a fuse. You then want to grab the fuse and then head on outside to the bunker entrance. When you go down to the bunker, you want to replace the blown fuse, which will unlock the door beside you. Once you go inside, you will find a safe hidden away right here. You then want to input the code 2219. Once you do this, you can open up the safe and get the Sunray Revolver. Now like I said, this revolver deals a lot of damage and can be great with dealing tougher infected like volatiles and demolishers. I would highly recommend you use this weapon only for those tougher infected. Mainly because you only get 6 shots and it's a bit of a pain to reload. But next up we got another melee weapon, which is the Beaver Stick. The first step to get this weapon is that you need to find 6 logs. The first log is located at this location, but it also has a dam that you guys need to remember. And next up all you gotta do is follow where I go on screen and get the remaining logs. Now that you got all the logs, you want to head back to where you found the first one, by the dam. You then want to place the rest of the logs on the dam. Afterwards, you want to go to sleep and come back the next day. You'll see that the dam is, more full, and then you can head over to the secret cave entrance. Once inside, all you gotta do is sleep, and when you wake up, you'll find a zombie dressed as this beaver. You can then kill him and then find the weapon on this table. This weapon is really good at night, so I highly recommend you only use this for dealing with volatiles at night. But yeah, anyways, that's it for the video. If you guys want to check out what all the docket codes give you, check out this video right here. Or if you guys want to check out the Hero of Haran bundle, check out this video instead. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.